Hi everybody, today I am going to go over how to replace the pedals on your mountain bike. This might be helpful if you have old worn out pedals or if yours happen to be stolen off of a bike rack at Chico. Let's get started. Tools that we're going to need for this project are going to be very limited. We're going to start out with a set of metric Allen wrenches. We got our new pedals, right and left. We've got some cleaning supplies, and then we've got some lubricant. So my maintenance hack that I have for whenever I'm working on my bike or motorcycle or car is that the first step is to wash the vessel. And what that does is it's going to remove all the dirt and grime that you've got built up in all your moving parts. It's going to help them work better, and it's also going to keep your hands nice and clean for while you're working on it. So I always start off my wash with a nice fresh can of degreaser. I spray this mainly on my moving components such as my chain and derailleur. These parts like to get nice and dirty when you're out riding. So now that my bike is all shiny and clean, what I'm going to want to do is take my towel and clean off any surfaces that might rust with water that will sit on there. So I'm going to focus a lot again on the chain and derailleur, and what I'm going to do is as it sits out in the sun here and dries a little bit, I'm going to drop the bike, hop it around a little bit so that all those water droplets in there are dislodged and nothing gets rusty. So now the most important part probably of washing your bike is going to be re-lubing all your chain and derailleur and guides. That's because once you wash it, it's going to get nice and clean and it doesn't have any grease or lube on there to make it run smoothly. So we're just going to hit it with some of this superior lubricant here. I apply my lubricant by spinning your pedals while the bike's upside down, and I just hit it right here with some droplets as the chain goes through the guides. So now that the bike is clean and dry, we're ready to remove some pedals. The trick about removing bike pedals is that each side can be a different thread because they want to keep the pedals on as you mob along on your bike. Sometimes your best option is going into your local bike shop and asking them which is which just to be sure, but this side on mine is standard, so I'm going to show you how to loosen it. You take your 8mm Allen key and you fit it into the hexagonal fitting there, and then you just unscrew it like normal. So yet another maintenance hack that can be really useful for a job like this, because my bike pedals were on there super tight and I was barely able to get them off, is if you just have your standard Allen key, a great way to get more leverage to remove your pedals is to add on a combination wrench. And how you do that to get more leverage is you take the closed end of your combination wrench and you just slide it on here. And now if you go to turn your Allen wrench either way, you're going to have a lot more leverage holding onto this combination wrench, which is on the end of the Allen wrench, and a lot more tightening and loosening power, which helped me big time in removing these pedals. Now you're going to want to tighten each side until they're nice and snug. You don't want these bad boys coming off when you're mobbing down the trail. And now you got two great looking non-slip pedals attached to your bike. Good work.